Throughout their relationship, whenever James' name arose in conversation, Victoria's expression would illuminate with joy. During appearances on Morning View and National Dialogue, she frequently praised her husband, calling him her perfect partner without hesitation. Recently, that warmth has disappeared. In recent interviews, when questioned about James, Victoria offers only a polite smile before deftly changing subjects, leaving followers wondering about their relationship. Victoria's silence merely scratches the surface. Those within their circle have noticed increasing distance, impossible to ignore. Once inseparable at social functions, from elegant receptions to fundraising events, by late 2024, James' absence became conspicuous. Increasingly, Victoria attended public appearances alone, her characteristic radiance replaced by a distant, melancholy demeanor. James' typical explanation of work commitments no longer convinced those around them, especially as Victoria herself seemed affected by the growing separation between them. Perhaps initial strains emerged earlier. Following devastating personal loss in 2021, Victoria and James mourned deeply when their beloved dog Cooper passed away from aggressive cancer. To them, Cooper represented more than a pet, he was family, providing constant support through their busy lives. When Victoria shared this loss on social media, she described Cooper's final moments with genuine emotion and appreciation for their years together. While publicly they appeared to comfort each other during grief, insiders believe this marked the beginning of an imperceptible but growing distance. Signs of relationship strain became evident online. Once filled with happy moments featuring James, Victoria's social platforms gradually changed. Photos of their life together diminished until eventually disappearing. Instead, cryptic messages appeared. A December 2024 post particularly caught attention: "Sometimes loving someone means knowing when to walk away." Speculation intensified. Behind closed doors, no one understood the complete situation, but their marriage was visibly fracturing. Outwardly, there were no dramatic conflicts or public disagreements. Still, those closest to Victoria sensed quiet tension. A close friend once remarked, "Victoria always fights for relationships that matter, but lately she feels James has withdrawn from their shared life." Missed celebrations, brief interactions, and lingering uncomfortable silences, each small moment gradually eroded what was once considered an unshakable partnership. Then came the inevitable announcement. In early 2025, Victoria Hayes and James Richardson quietly confirmed their divorce. There were no accusations or drama, just a brief statement that shocked their supporters. After more than 25 years together, a marriage widely regarded as exemplary ended without elaboration. The stated reason appeared straightforward: irreconcilable differences. But concealed beneath this carefully worded explanation lay a far more painful truth, a secret James carried alone that Victoria never anticipated. Following their surprising separation, Victoria finally shared her experience during a candid interview. She revealed, "I always thought I understood James completely, but there was so much beneath his composed exterior, worries and sacrifices I never recognized." September 2024 began as an ordinary day that would transform James Richardson's life forever. That afternoon at home, he experienced a mild stroke. Initially appearing manageable, follow-up examinations delivered devastating news: James had stage 3 pancreatic cancer. Holding his diagnosis report, James felt overwhelmed, not by fear for himself, but concern for Victoria. How could he expect the woman he loved, someone thriving in her demanding public career, to sacrifice everything caring for him during his decline? The thought of binding Victoria to his illness seemed unbearable. Reflecting on this period, Victoria's voice trembled, saying, "Had I known what burden he carried alone, I would never have let him push me away. But James always protected others too much. Sometimes I didn't see how desperately he needed support." During sleepless nights, James faced an impossible decision. He remembered Victoria's excitement after successful broadcasts, her fulfillment in her career, their beautiful life together. That's when he made his heartbreaking choice, to release her from what he believed would become an obligation. His withdrawal began subtly. The attentive husband Victoria had known gradually became distant. Warm conversations over meals grew strained and infrequent. He started arriving home late with vague explanations. Laughter once filling their home faded, replaced by uncomfortable silence. Victoria felt this growing separation but couldn't understand its cause until James finally delivered his crushing statement, "We've grown apart. Perhaps it's time to separate." For Victoria, nothing could have hurt more deeply. The man who had promised lifelong commitment was walking away. "I felt such anger toward him for growing distant," Victoria admitted emotionally. "But learning the truth dissolved my anger instantly. All I felt was heartbreak knowing he faced this alone." Without hesitation, Victoria rushed to James' home. When he opened the door, the once strong, confident man appeared fragile and vulnerable. Overwhelmed with emotion, Victoria embraced him tightly, afraid of losing him forever. Through tears, she asked the question burning inside, "Why did you push me away? I don't care about your illness. I only want to be with you regardless of what happens." James had attempted bearing this burden alone, believing his silence protected her. But confronted with Victoria's unwavering commitment, his defenses crumbled. For the first time, he released tears he'd hidden for months. "In all our years together, I'd never seen him cry until that moment," Victoria recalled softly. "That's when I knew we couldn't be apart." From that day forward, everything changed. They chose facing this battle together. Victoria reduced professional commitments to support James through difficult treatments and challenging days. In turn, James allowed himself to depend on the woman who had always been his greatest strength. Their relationship, once defined by public appearances, evolved into something deeper, built on sacrifice, patience, and unbreakable commitment. Few people understood the depth of connection they shared, a love story beginning with chance, surviving long separations, and thriving through life's intimate moments. Their journey began in 1997 during a flight between Detroit and Boston. Victoria, an ambitious professional pursuing media dreams, had no idea the businessman seated beside her would become her partner for decades. James Thompson, a Scottish executive 15 years her senior, was immediately drawn to the intelligent woman beside him. In her, he recognized rare intelligence and warmth, while his calm demeanor and worldly perspective captivated Victoria. Their conversation flowed effortlessly, covering careers, aspirations, and philosophies. Despite obvious differences, their connection felt natural and compelling. By landing, an unspoken bond had formed, encouraging them to maintain contact. James pursued the opportunity diligently. After their meeting, he contacted Victoria regularly, their relationship blossoming despite distance. James frequently traveled from Scotland to America just to see her. They enjoyed simple pleasures, walking through city parks, engaging in lengthy conversations, sharing quiet moments that meant more than grand gestures. Regardless of her demanding schedule, James patiently waited, offering stability amidst her hectic world. Their significant age difference strengthened rather than weakened their bond. Victoria valued James' wisdom and steady presence, while James admired Victoria's independence and determination. After 14 months of long-distance romance, they married in 1998 during an intimate ceremony on Scotland's coast surrounded by close family. Their wedding emphasized genuine connection rather than extravagance. Marriage brought challenges they navigated together. When Victoria's career accelerated and she faced media industry pressures, James provided unwavering support. His encouragement proved essential when Victoria became network spokesperson during a major presidential administration, one of broadcasting's most demanding positions. Long separations and constant public scrutiny never undermined their dedication. James supported her ambitions completely, knowing his love remained her foundation. In 2003, their bond deepened when James surprised Victoria with a golden retriever puppy named Cooper for their anniversary. More than a beloved pet, Cooper symbolized their shared life and commitment. Through every challenge, their home remained filled with affection and security, despite occasional difficulties, extended separations, professional demands, and cultural differences that might have divided less committed couples. To those knowing them personally, Victoria and James represented authentic partnership, mature, enduring, and resilient against life's obstacles. Victoria Hayes earned recognition not only through her relationship with James but as a prominent figure in American media and politics. Her career demonstrates persistence, from early political communications work to becoming influential in Washington's inner circles, while maintaining personal balance. Since reuniting, Victoria and James' lives have transformed profoundly. James continues enduring exhausting treatments, facing days when discomfort seems overwhelming. Throughout everything, Victoria remains constantly supportive. She has reduced her broadcasting schedule, dedicating herself to James' care, from preparing nutritious meals to accompanying him on gentle walks, improving his spirits. Despite challenges, Victoria finds joy in meaningful moments with James and their two golden retrievers. These beloved companions inspired her recent children's book, a heartfelt creation, sharing her love for animals. While supporting James, Victoria maintains her professional presence, hosting Hayes on Headlines, a podcast analyzing current events with leading experts. Through social media, she shares authentic glimpses of their life, moments with James, their dogs, and professional experiences, creating genuine connections with supporters. For James, who once concealed his illness fearing dependency, Victoria's steadfast devotion provides strength. In a rare interview, he shared, "With her support I believe anything remains possible." Their life isn't perfect, but they treasure each day as precious. From quiet mornings sharing coffee to evening walks along nearby shores, they appreciate every moment together. Past regrets no longer haunt them, and future uncertainties don't overwhelm them. Being together matters most.